Hello and welcome to Post Popcorn Picks, the podcast where we here at the Pierce College newspaper talk about the newest releases. It's the first video of the new quarter. Hopefully everyone is excited as we are for the new content coming onto our channel. My name is Gonzalez, and today I have a new mainstay of the series. His name is
Victor Filion. I'm pretty excited to bring you all content. I love movies and I love just dissecting them and just talking about them all in general.
All right, with that being said, let's jump right into the summary here. We have Quinn McKenna. He's an Army Special Forces sniper. He's here to kick butt and chew bubblegum, but he's not out of gum just yet. During his most recent mission, McKenna is caught off guard by the appearance of a predator who's come to Earth. McKenna knocks the predator out and only has to sacrifice his entire team in the process. But it's okay, because it's not long after that he finds a new team in the Loonies, a band of Army mental health patients all equipped with their own baggage. Unfortunately, the predator doesn't stay asleep for long, and it soon sets its eyes on McKenna's son, Rory. McKenna has to lead his unlikely band of skilled, insane soldiers to victory before the predator does what an R-rated movie allows him to do.
It's written by Fred Decker and Shane Black and directed by Shane Black, which was actually one of the actors in the original 1987 films. And it stars Boyd Holbrook, Jacob Chamberlain, Trevante Rhodes, Keegan-Michael Key, Olivia Munn, and Sterling K. King, and edited by Harry B. Miller III, which normally I wouldn't mention an editor, but we're going to talk about that later.
So, who would you say was your favorite actor in this?
Probably Sterling K. King.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty freaking awesome. Like, every time he was on scene, I was like, I love this dude. I really like Key, just because of my old Key and Peele days, but
He didn't really get well, he was comedic relief, but he didn't really shine as much as, like, you would expect him to be.
Exactly. He kind of felt like he was just taking up space just so we had a funny guy to direct to. But then everyone was trying to be funny also. It was kind of confusing. Anyway, the script left a lot to be desired for me. If it wasn't for having gone to see the movie with my friend, I know it wouldn't have been nearly as fun as it was. I'm surprised because there were actually a lot of interesting concepts in the script, like with the Predator and how they're pulling genes from people, like Jurassic World, to craft the ultimate Predator. You know, I thought that was really interesting. It just, you know, it came off kind of cheesy and forgettable a lot with the dialogue. Shane Black adds a lot of comedy, you know, and I think that there could have been more there, all in all. But, you know, instead we got a bunch of disjointed lines. There were all these weird outliers where things were said, and I was like, okay, like, that seems a little off, but all right. And then there were random homages that were just, like, stuffed right in. Like, Olivia Munn says that one line that I don't want to repeat, and I was like, that was, okay, fine, we'll take that. That was clearly pandering, but whatever. Personally, I don't know where their heads were at. It seems like they were just trying to set up for a sequel in a lot of ways. You know, which is fine, because, you know, movies do that a lot nowadays. But I think that movie should sort of stand alone. This movie did. It just feels like both of its feet weren't on the ground.
Yeah, I agree. But for something that I would have to say if people going into this is just, I think you're going to love this movie and appreciate way more if you just go in without really any expectation. It's one of those movies where it's not good, but you can have a fun time with it. I personally didn't really, I had a problem with the script, I had a problem with the editing. There were just a lot of moments where a scene was thrown in there and then it was never referred to ever again in the rest of the film. And it just kind of leaves you confused. But I really enjoyed it for what it was. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff I had problems with, but if you kind of reserve yourself back and just look at it as like a fun popcorn film, you can really enjoy it.
What was your favorite part?
I think my favorite part is probably the third act. You get back to the jungle, it's a little homage to the original Predator. And I think it was just a really like creative, fun finale scene.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too. The minute when he gets on and he starts talking about this will be your team leader, I was like a little child in seat. I was like, oh snap, here we go. Yeah, all in all, you know, the movie was kind of dumb. It was kind of silly, but it was self-aware. There were a lot of points where I was like, they clearly know that they're dumb, so that kind of makes it okay, you know? Would I ever pay to see it again? Definitely not. But would I watch it again if it was already on TV and halfway through and I was just, you know, walking by? Probably. All in all, I'd say 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars out of 5.
Yeah, I would say 2.5 stars too. Although I did see this movie again because I just had so much fun with it on the initial viewing. I was like, after seeing it after a few days, I got to like, you know, marinate on it. I was like, you know what, that was a really fun movie. I'm going to go see it again. And I really enjoyed myself the second time around.
That's fair, man.
All right, well, that's it for this one. And tune in next week when we cover the new Eli Roth film, The House with a Clock in Its Walls.